Hey fam, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is DeeDee. Now my channel is all about my weight loss journey, and that includes my weekly meal preps. So I love making these videos because I'm hoping that it gives some of you meal ideas to use if you're on a similar journey like myself. So if you're trying to lose weight, stay consistent, and avoid that takeout trap throughout the week, then this video is for you. All right, what's on the menu for this week? So to start off, I have some sauteed corned beef and cabbage that my family loves. I also have some party wings, so it's a mixture of drumlets and winglets. In addition to that, we have some meatballs that I'm actually combining 2 different meats. And to add on to that fiber, I have some veggie stir fry that has all types of goodness in it. I'm excited about this meal prep for the week. This is what's gonna help me stay consistent and on track. So let's just get to cooking. I'm starting off with the cabbage today. I gave my cabbage a good rinse, and now I'm just slicing it into smaller pieces. I'm not really overly concerned about the exact size because I know once it starts cooking down in that skillet, it's gonna shrink down quite a bit anyways. So I'm just trying to create bite-sized pieces. That's what my cabbage is looking like, and now I'm heading over to that skillet. I already have some olive oil heating up, and all I'm doing here is adding the cabbage directly into the pan and mixing it around so every piece gets coated with a little bit of that olive oil. Now once everything is coated, I'm just gonna place that lid right on top and allow it to cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. It has been about 7 to 8 minutes, and I'm back just to give everything a stir. And y'all, listen, I'm glad I didn't make the 10-minute mark because it would have burned. So you definitely want to check on your cabbage because if you leave it too long, that thing will burn. All I'm doing here is adding my staple seasonings, and you already know that includes garlic powder, onion powder, Goya total seasoning, some black pepper, and I also did add some paprika and ground cayenne pepper. I'm just mixing everything together really well to make sure all those flavors are all up and through that cabbage, and I'm gonna continue letting that saute and move on over to the corned beef. I'm using 2 cans of corned beef, and this is relatively low in carbs, but they are higher in sodium, so keep that in mind because that's why I didn't add any salt to my cabbage. And when I first started using these, I'm not gonna lie, opening the cans was definitely a struggle, but once you get the hang of it, it is pretty easy. So I'm just placing that corned beef directly into the skillet on top of that cabbage. And since that corned beef is already cooked, all I'm doing here is really warming it up and allowing those flavors to come together. So I'm mixing it in, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that lid back on for about 5 more minutes on low heat, just to allow everything to marinate. And we are gonna move on to our party wings. I got this big bag from Walmart. It's a 4-pound bag, and I typically split the bag in half. The other half is gonna be prepared for my family, but this portion right here is for me in my meal prep. So all I did was add a little bit of olive oil just to help the seasoning stick. Then I seasoned it with my typical staple seasonings you already know, and I also added some paprika as well, some Goya total seasoning, and some ground cayenne pepper because you already know I love that spicy kick. So once everything is in the bowl, I like to just get in there and just mix everything really well. I usually pick up the wings piece by piece or the little drumlets just to make sure every single piece gets coated with that seasonings. But besides that, we are good to go to head to that air fryer. So you already know I line my baskets with aluminum foil for easy cleanup, and then I lightly spray it with a little bit of olive oil. After that, I'm placing it in, doing my best not to overcrowd the basket. I want them to cook nice and evenly. And then I'm gonna place the air fryer on 400 degrees, 25 minutes. And then we're gonna head over to make our meatballs. Today, I'm combining some ground turkey with some mild Italian sausage. Now, the Italian sausage for me adds incredible flavor, and it also helps to keep the meatballs nice and juicy. I always start by breaking the meat apart a little bit, just at first, so then I don't have to mix it too much. Then I add just a little bit of minced garlic for flavor. I also scramble 1 egg on the side and place that in as well. A 1/4 cup of Italian breadcrumbs, and then I come on in with my Italian seasoning and a little bit of extra onion powder. Sometimes I minced a little bit of onion and place that in there, but today I'm just putting in that onion powder. And then I'm gently folding everything together because I want everything combined and I don't want to overwork the meat because that can make it a little bit tough. And today I have a little helper. My daughter is scooping up that meat mixture while I'm shaping the meatballs and placing them on that sheet pan. And then we ended up having 12 large meatballs and 3 smaller meatballs, which is absolutely perfect for me for my weekly meal prep. So the oven has been preheating at 400 degrees. So we're gonna move on to that oven and place these meatballs in. We will check on them halfway just to make sure they are good to go. But we're gonna put them in for about 25 minutes to start off. Now we're heading back to that air fryer because we're a little bit past that halfway point, but that is perfectly okay. All I'm doing is flipping these party wings over so that they cook evenly on both sides. They're looking really good already, but I think I'm gonna have to add about 5 more minutes just to make sure they are fully cooked and extra crispy. All right, the air fryer has gone off. These are what the wings look like after 30 total minutes in the air fryer, beautifully browned and crispy. I'm gonna place these to the side and we are moving on to our veggie stir fry. Y'all seen this veggie stir fry before. I love it. It has a mixture of everything and it is full of fiber. I've already placed my olive oil in it, it's heating up, and now the veggie stir fry is doing its thing. I like to place it in and leave it in there for about 7 minutes and just let it cook through. After that, the veggies have softened nicely and it's time for me to go ahead and season it because we do not want bland veggies. I love my veggies to have that nice flavor to them. So I just place my staple seasonings. That's it, nothing complicated. And then I'm mixing everything together. I allowed it to cook for another 5 minutes, well, pretty much saute. The moisture has disintegrated and these veggies are done. Now it's time to check on those meatballs. They've been in there for about 25 minutes and look at them. Golden brown, juicy, and full of flavor. I am so ready. I'm placing them to the side and now it's time for our full lineup for the week. I have my oven baked meatballs that are looking so golden and juicy. I also have my sauteed veggie stir fry that is definitely full of fiber and flavor. I also have my sauteed corned beef and cabbage and also the party wings that I made in the air fryer. So this is what's gonna help keep me on track and consistent throughout the week. Fam, my meal prep is complete, so you already know I am feeling good right now. And I also truly believe that consistency comes easier when I take the time to prepare. So then I'm not just grabbing anything that's very convenient. I'm just grabbing my meal prep, heating it up, and staying on track. Now, if you're focused on losing weight right now or increasing your protein, increasing your fiber, or just really trying to stay on track, let me know down below. I would love to hear what you're working on and how your week is going so far. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new and go ahead and join the fam. As always, thank you so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.